That's funny. Alright. That's going.
Are we live?
We're live. Maybe I'll bump up the old ISO a little bit more.
I think I won't
Just
keep it on.
Every like 10 minutes, just give me like a little.
I like kick your foot.
What are you guys talking about?
There's a good basketball game on right now. So.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I didn't start the other thing.
The audition.
I started my camera. I forgot.
Nice.
And we're live.
Yep, we're live. We sure are.
Space, 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 and more space.
Wow. Landed on thick early.
Yeah, fresh out of the Super Bowl, right into Intergalactic.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to be here. Oh.
Uh-oh. We have a volume issue.
Who was it?
Oh,
okay.
shut up. Well, if you guys were wondering, the astronauts last night were watching the game.
What's that mean?
The astronauts, the 6 guys on the old carrier
On the space station?
on the space station, tweeted out a picture of them watching it.
Ooh, a flat screen?
Dude, nice ass TV.
That is a nice TV. For
Look at
space?
this baby.
Oh, I bet.
Dude, just
I'm not that surprised.
great little screen.
They're probably up there just chilling.
That's probably what
Kill
they have,
him.
like, their computer and shit on.
Yeah, that's true. They can probably switch it off. Great Wi-Fi, I'm sure, up there.
Oh, busting out chips and salsa, pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, I wonder what their snack food was.
Probably wasn't as damn.
Some dirty ass wings, some beat ups.
I doubt.
A little carrier gets set up.
We'll carry out.
Mad advertising.
Oh boy.
And did you guys hear? Tomorrow is a big day for SpaceX. They're launching the largest rocket in the world that's ever been sent up.
I was hoping you knew about it because I didn't read about it.
It's
It's called the Falcon Heavy.
What's it gonna be? Yeah, what's it doing?
So basically, they're sending a carrier to Mars to do some mineral digging, and it's like I said, it's the biggest one they've ever had. So this is actually sets the reality for intergalactic missions and actually sending humans up there. And since it's so big, they can actually store quite a bit on there. But this carrier is really heavy, and that's why they're doing it. But the coolest thing was, I think I tweeted it out. Their rockets, when they shoot up, they have all the gas and the fuel that they go up with, and then those things disperse and all that. The SpaceX ones are programmed to fly back down after they get rid of their fuel to the main rocket.
That's cool.
So I'm watching this concept model go up in the sky, and after this one finishes, boom, flies off the space carrier, has little boosters, lands right on a pad that says SpaceX. The other ones,
that should be
all 3 of them land exactly where it basically
that should
took
become
off.
mandatory.
Yeah, no
Because
damage.
There's
nothing.
so much junk up
In the ocean too.
in the ocean and around
That's
Earth
true.
and space
Yeah,
that it's kind of getting dangerous.
it is.
When you think about it, it's not that surprising that they can do that. Just we have self-driving cars and whatnot.
Oh, totally.
now,
But
so-
to watch that thing land on its own,
yeah,
it's almost like a part just decides to have an engine and land
That's cool.
perfectly.
It's
It was very cool to watch.
he's doing some big things.
He really is. Like I said, he broke the record or whatever, and he's made some promises to the U.S. and everything because he stopped a lot of the. I was reading a lot of articles on him today, but he stopped. The United States government wanted to basically start putting a lot of their efforts into secret aircrafts and secret things that go up, and basically wanted to start putting a lot of our government money towards space.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of put an end to that and said, I want to take care of it, which is pretty crazy.
Its own
That's
separate
And he-
entity. Company.
In a way, and I'm sure he gets some sort of funding. I couldn't imagine he doesn't.
Yeah.
But he's doing a lot of it by himself, which is pretty freaking awesome. He's taking it over.
They just recently sent up like a top secret government thing, didn't they? Like last month?
Yeah, I was reading a little bit about that. Do you know more?
Not really. I remember seeing something at like
That's about what I saw.
SpaceX was shooting up a secret mission for the government or something,
Nice.
or like a secret. They wouldn't divulge what they were just
Dang.
throwing out there.
It's intense.
We don't need to know though.
Yeah.
We
Don't
need
need
to
to
know
know everything.
Nope.
And remember we were the Boring Company? We were talking
Oh, my
about
goodness.
did you ever see that, the flamethrowers?
Oh, a little bit.
Oh my goodness, that looks so fun.
Yeah.
They're commercially selling those?
Yeah.
They sold all of them. He made
Before
10
they
million. He made 10 million in sales. Just like that. He started the company
Is that-
one day, made
Is that
this money.
safe to have out
Yeah, it
in the
is.
public?
It's approved. Well, not in a public setting, probably.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I don't...
It's
There's
like-
a lot of people that I wouldn't want to have their hands on those.
Yeah, it's true, but
I just look at that as a safety hazard for a lot of reasons.
it is. But it's government approved, and it's got a stamp on it. It's like
In
official.
the United States?
Totally, yeah. And well, think about it. It's the same thing as somebody taking a blowtorch and going out in public. The flame isn't really that much significantly
isn't.
larger
It isn't
than a
like a
blowtorch.
goes-
Is it huge?
It goes
Not
probably
really. Not as big as
this
you
far.
think.
It's not that crazy.
It's yeah. When you see the video, you can kind of tell that okay, it's not as damaging and it's not as crazy, but
It's
still
it's
pretty
a toy.
cool.
You can tell it's a toy.
Yeah, but nonetheless, still I agree. Some psychos get a hold of that and start doing some dumb shit.
Those flamethrowers are dope.
Those are cool.
Do you
Should
want
we? Yeah, poll.
to touch on the poll just so I don't get lost?
Absolutely. So, do you think humans have ever had contact with extraterrestrial life? 64% said yes, 36% said
It's close.
Closer than I expected. Well,
it's closer than it should be.
it's an interesting poll. I'm surprised both ways. I'm surprised there was so many in yes. I'm surprised there's so many no.
Oh, I'm surprised there's so many in no and there's not more in yes.
I have no idea, honestly. I don't
Really?
even know if I could say one way or another.
Oh, I think we for sure have.
I'm gonna be honest. I wrote no. I picked no.
Did you?
Yeah.
You don't think we've ever one time made contact with? Just to clarify, that's not physical.
It's just
it could be
knowing
anything,
that they
right?
exist.
Just
Yeah, being 100% like you communicate with them.
yeah,
so-
communicate. Okay.
I don't think.
You don't think we've ever done that one time?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
If I had to lean one way, I would say probably not. But if it came out that we have,
I'd be like, oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
It's a big secret too.
Yeah,
So many people are in on that. I mean,
It's
one
a lot of things
person
go
on their
though.
deathbed sends a text. And
Dude.
secrets out.
Yeah, but they'll go like to whatever lengths they need to make sure that that information doesn't reach a certain point. I'm just saying,
But why?
I think without a doubt, it wouldn't surprise me if we had like a holding cell in Area 51 with just
Oh my god.
these breeding alien life.
I want
forms.
to know what goes on in Area 51.
Yeah, there's some there has to be some crazy shit. I think
if you told me that's where they house all the aliens, I'd be like, okay, fair
it's
enough.
it's almost like
But I can't
so-
I can't believe that 100%.
it's such a cliche thing to think, but I think that would be the perfect place to hide something like that. You got this ongoing joke about a location with aliens, and it's supposed to be assumed to be a joke.
They're just chilling.
I'm just
I
saying,
wouldn't say it's
plain
assumed. I
sight.
wouldn't say it's assumed to be a joke. A lot
Well-
of people truly believe it.
I think in plain sight, we just we're holding these. I don't know if we actually are. but
Holding
I think
them
we've made
hostage.
contact. No,
No, I don't think there's any aliens on this planet.
no, but you think they're out there though? You think they exist at least, right?
Yo, no,
no.
I agree they exist.
Absolutely.
So in
I
you
think,
too?
I think that's pretty universally.
No,
Okay.
no, I agree they exist.
Well, I don't know if it is. There's some people you talk to that are very ignorant think that
There's
we
also
are-
people that believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah, that too. But
It's so massive. The
It
universe
is.
is so massive. There's got to be
it's infinite.
something.
Yeah, it's infinite.
There was a 10-minute video explaining why the universe is always expanding. And I said, I will never understand this.
Did you
And
watch
clicked
it?
on. No.
You didn't even give it a try.
I said, not even going to try and figure this one
Well,
out.
it's still expanding from the Big Bang. So,
That's what they say?
Yeah. So when it happened, it started as just like two atoms that spun like really fast around each other. Shit happened. I don't know. But it exploded. It exploded out in all directions, and it's continuing to expand. It never stopped growing.
Mm.
Well, was it Netflix we were watching? The concept of dark matter? Or was that you and I last night? We saw a movie about.
We saw the
it was just the title. So what do you know what dark matter is? Because when I saw that was something I was really interested in watching because that's not something I have wrapped my head around yet, really.
I've listened to people talk about it, and I couldn't sit here and tell you what it was.
Okay.
Even nothing. No.
It's crazy. I genuinely can't.
That and like antimatter make no sense.
What's antimatter?
It's like
Negative matter?
yeah, or like there's I don't know.
It's a lot with neurons and electrons.
Wow. Okay.
One of the coolest concepts I think of is the fact that once we pass light speed, we can time travel.
Yeah, that's the barrier.
That is wild.
How do you know?
And Albert Einstein believes that we live in a 4D world and we're trapped in this 3D sort of speed. And he thinks the fourth dimension is once we break light speed. That's when we'll see the fourth dimension.
But how do we know that light speed, we're capable of time traveling at light speed?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you just said?
Why do we know that, I guess?
Is it because you're going so fast?
Everything that we experience is at light speed.
Everything.
Like, cause like all your like what you see, right? Like I know.
Is it because light speed is as fast as you can possibly go? So you can literally travel anywhere.
There's nothing slower than fast speed. There's nothing slower than light speed, excuse me.
There's nothing slower or faster than?
There's nothing
There's nothing faster. Right?
There's nothing faster than light speed.
I thought that's what
I'm
you
sorry.
meant. No, right, but
I was securing that statement.
It's just, that's, again, something that's hard to wrap your head around.
So being able to travel so fast that you can almost go backwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you're running fast, time moves slower, apparently. Like when things are moving really fast, not running fast. Maybe. Thought I read that somewhere.
What, Benjamin Button here?
You're not moving fast enough when you're just running.
I know, not running.
If you guys could time travel, let's say within 20 years in the past and 20 years in the future, that range.
So our age.
So
40?
Yeah.
Or is...
Sure. That was actually really convenient. I didn't even mean that. Yeah,
nice.
So let's say 97 or 96 or no, you're 97 baby too, aren't you? Anyways, and then 20 years, what would you do right now?
Totally 20 years.
20 years.
Seeing what that baby's like. And are we staying there permanently? Or it's a visit?
No, just a visit.
Because I know what the past is like. I can watch movies.
You don't miss like being a kid?
I think I would go back.
Oh, but I would be 40. I wouldn't just time travel then. Same age, same body. I go back to what I'm like then.
You can go back to any point within those 20 years.
Any point.
Oh.
Are you gonna
you could travel a year from now in the future.
Yeah.
Or you could go all 20.
Yeah, what
totally.
So is there a point in the past where you'd really like to go back to, or is there some time in the future where you want to fast forward to?
I'm good on my past.
Whoa,
I lived it.
Alright, we just need to move on.
Alright, yeah. We'll move on.
I lived it.
So when you brought up astronauts earlier, I did a little bit of research on what it takes to be an astronaut. And
Jonah grabs his notepad.
This list is actually a lot lengthier than I thought it would be, and this is just basic before they even
consider you.
Yeah, right. So there's 18,300 applications roughly every year. That's like the average for basic astronaut. That's not even your high level. Like you got to get into the basic and work your way up. You're not just gonna get
right. You don't just
hired
get
into.
That's a lot of applicants.
Yeah, I know. So, you think about those chances, and then...
I'm surprised it's not more. Think about how many people want to be astronauts. I feel like a good amount of the population.
Before you can apply, though, you have to do a lot of things, so that probably narrows it down.
Well, can you apply even if you don't have those things? They'll just turn you down?
No, you can't even send it.
You know what I mean? I could fill one out and send one in. They'd count that as an application.
Probably.
I guess.
They'd probably just keep that number high. But it's not that high.
Who knows? But anywho, you have to start with a bachelor's in engineering, any kind of science or mathematics, and then you have to pilot a aircraft for $1,000. What the hell is so funny?
An aircraft? What kind of aircraft?
It just says pilot in command time on jet aircraft.
For $1,000?
I assume you have to be a pilot, right? Fly if you have to fly.
Almost all those guys. Yeah, I guess
all of them
yeah,
can take
pilot,
orders,
right.
but there's a master pilot.
Alright.
The main pilot.
Anyways,
Of the
They're never
spaceship?
really flying anything, but
you have to have 20/20 vision in each eye. And I was surprised because they let you have glasses. They let you wear glasses. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's an astronaut up there right now. I'm pretty sure that has
I don't know. I
glasses.
feel like they wouldn't be too hot about that, but anyways, blood pressure has to be just dangerously low. You have to complete military water survival, scuba certified, swim 3 lengths of a 25-meter pool without stopping, and
I
then
can do that.
do that with the flight suit and tennis shoes on.
Wait, the swim?
And then, yes, dude. Yes.
Holy
You have to
damn.
put the suit on and tennis shoes and swim.
Oh my god.
That-
With
like-
tennis shoes?
Yeah.
Swimming with shoes is tough.
And then and then you have to tread water for 10 minutes in your flight suit before you are even allowed to.
No, I don't think the flight suit is the full.
No,
No,
there's
it's not
no
the white
way.
thing. It can be, but still.
We got
that
the
can't be easy.
Those heavy ass arms.
And then when you get to that point, they expose you to high and low like pressures because you're obviously
is that where everybody pukes, kind of?
No, I think that's the G-force test.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that's
Sorry, I got excited.
and after all that's done, they say selection and narrowing everything down takes 2 years. So you apply, and what if 2 years later you don't even want to be an astronaut anymore? I know, obviously. you
No,
can
it's
say
very
no,
fair.
but-
You get into something else.
So you do all that, and then you wait 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
yeah,
It's a tense process.
and then
It's a very select few of the population that could even.
do that.
And so that's their application. So they have to do all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
when you
18,000
submit
is a lot.
when you submit your application. That these are like
That's what you have to do.
yeah, like this is all part of it.
That is a lot then. 18,000 is a lot. That means they must be doing a lot of recruiting. I wonder if they're spread throughout the United States.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure of it. And then they have a main base and all that. Or they're everywhere, but
That's insane.
So, keeping that in mind, if you were considering to become an astronaut, do you think that would turn you off? Like if you
are you
were,
saying couldn't I
Did I?
complete it?
Yeah, could you? Yeah, I guess could you complete it?
I read that and I just go, oh, looks like I'm never going to be an astronaut.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems tough, and I'm not a very good swimmer either. That's the thing is, all that is mainly swimming, and I'm weak in a pool.
Yeah.
Very weak in a pool.
No, I'd definitely start really bucking down my swimming form. Maybe get a coach. Maybe skin my... No.
Are you going to Aquatots and learning some
Oh, that's great. Maybe. I think if that was my dream and my passion, I'm swimming that 3 lengths of the pool, 25-meter pool.
stuff? Yeah, you're getting into that, aren't you? You're getting into the water
Love
aerobics.
swimming. I love it. So say we're to fly up to space right this second. Alone. Only you on the space station for an entire year.
Oh, gee.
Or you can stay on Earth, but you're set in a similar size submarine in the ocean, underneath the ocean for a year straight. Which option do you take?
I'd rather be in space.
Space.
That's easy.
You're taking the space.
I'm not taking the ocean, so I guess I'm taking space.
And mind you, space, you're gonna be working your ass off while you're up there because
It
the
would be on-
whole
it would be
the
on
muscle
stuff, too.
thing and.
That's what you mean by working your ass off as far as...
okay.
No, I'm not
physically-
saying you're working. I'm saying you're chilling. You got a year of
Oh.
nobody.
Gosh.
You're like
lonely.
stranded basically
Well,
in
that's
the
lonely,
either the submarine or space.
Yeah, space.
Yeah.
Space, I guess. Just because, dude, the ocean freaks me the hell out. I don't like it. I don't like
You'd be
it.
safe in the cell.
Yeah, I know.
It'd be
but
dark, though,
that thing
all the
popped.
time.
Oh, I'm screwed. I'm down there.
No.
Yeah,
yeah.
but you can say that in either situation.
If the space
I'd rather-
thing popped.
I'd rather go in space, though. I don't want to drown.
No, have that view. Have that beautiful view. When you die, shit, whatever.
If you're in a sub,
think-
dude, it's dark down
Yeah,
there.
oh,
There's
yeah.
no
Saying.
sunlight.
It'd be a rough year.
And just for the record, if
Those
I'm
things are hot as hell.
Really?
Like,
submarines,
I think so. I think they're not fun to be on.
Really? I didn't know that.
if I'm in space and I'm suffocating out there, let's be honest, I'm not paying attention to that view. My body
Wait.
is in.
Whoa, suffocating. Where did this come from?
Because I said if that submarine just
Oh.
the pressure in it or something like
Yeah.
popped, if the space station just popped, I'd be just floating out there. I wouldn't be like, look at the view. Like, you know.
Well, you can see the view from the station. They have windows on it.
Yeah, okay, that's
before
different.
it pops.
When I'm alive, yeah.
That's so elaborate.
What?
No, nothing. That's funny. Oh gosh,
I saw something about the Apollo 11 astronauts, which is
right up your alley.
no, I'm more Apollo 13, but Apollo 11.
That's my fault.
They were the first.
I apologize.
They were the first ones to walk on the moon. So that was
Okay.
Neil Armstrong.
Gotcha.
They didn't get any life insurance. They weren't awarded any through NASA or through anything else when they went up there. So they all signed photos and stuff in case they died for their families to sell and get a little collateral for.
Wow.
So they were going up there knowing no compensation whatsoever if anything happens.
If they died, their family's screwed. And no, that was not safe. Nobody's ever walked in space before. They didn't know what it was going to be
true.
like.
Imagine if it just exploded the
They
second we opened the door.
Yeah, they didn't know. It might have. They didn't know.
That's crazy.
So Apollo 13 was really only 2 missions after we landed on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
How many years? Actually, that's putting you
Probably
on
a
the
lot.
spot. You think a decade, 10 years in between?
Did we ease off big time
Yeah,
after
I don't
11?
remember. We went heavy for a few.
I thought Apollo 13 was actually in the 70s. It might have been in the 70s.
No, I think it was in the 70s.
So 10 years or less. But still.
I'm curious if somehow it'll be a big event to watch Elon Musk's carrier take off tomorrow.
Probably not. It wasn't that big of a deal when they sent the government one up there.
Yeah, this is the biggest one ever. That's why I'm a
Yeah.
little excited. But you were saying the 70s, my parents would talk about how they would watch it on TV.
Yeah.
It would stop in the middle of school. Everybody would just watch the rocket take off and everything.
It's not a big deal anymore, and it kind of sucks.
And you get to follow along on the mission a little bit. That would be unbelievable. You're a sideline reporter of the mission?
Yeah.
I'm jealous of those times. Maybe I'd time travel back to that. See what that's like.
I couldn't even imagine standing and looking up just at how massive that space shuttle would be going up into space, before it launched.
It would be
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing about that Apollo 11 crew, when they got back from the moon, they were all quarantined for I think a day at least.
To make sure they didn't spread anything?
Yeah, they didn't know if the moon carried any deadly diseases or.
Whoa.
Yeah,
There's a picture of. Yeah, I don't remember what president it was standing talking to them through this barrier. After they got back.
Wow. That's no joke.
I'd be shitting my pants if I'm the first one to step foot on that moon.
Dude, his heart rate was 60 going down the ladder.
Wow, good for him. It's another mission, baby. Another notch on the belt.
It was super low. And that must have been a hell of a debate between him and Buzz who got to go out the door first.
Do you think they decided it, or do you think that was decided on the ground?
It was decided on the ground.
For sure.
Still, nobody knows Buzz. Everybody knows Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Just because who came down first.
Dang, dude. 60 beats a minute going down that ladder is impressive. Might be the gravity.
It might be a little bit higher, but
It might
not
be
much.
it might be the lack of gravity might be messing up your heart a little bit. If I'm completely honest.
Oh,
Why would it mess up its beats per minute though? I don't know. I was reading something though that said there's a chance your food's just floating around in your stomach when you're in space and shit's just getting weird in there.
Well, your stomach has muscles that...
Keep it down and
Yeah.
everything. But
A little bit.
But still, I mean, that is
could have-
floating.
If it's empty and you eat, it probably would.
Yeah. Burger,
That's weird.
fries.
Would that make you nauseous if that's
That's what I'm saying.
Floating
If
around?
that fluid's sneaking up all the time.
wow?
You guys familiar with any of the other planets?
I mean, Saturn, Venus, sorta Mars. What do you lead to?
Oh, I wrote down the wrong planet. I was reading something about Venus earlier that I thought was really cool. It takes 224 Earth days to rotate the sun, so a year there is 224 days. But it takes 243 days to rotate on its own axis, what we consider a day.
Whoa.
So a day there is longer than a year.
Jeez.
Whoa.
So what does that mean? Does the
I
sun
think it means- I
shine
think
doesn't
means
necessarily
anything.
in one spot for a really long
Yeah,
time?
just-
It's just
hot
rotating
as hell.
super slow.
If there's a population, they probably just move along with the sun. I'm be honest.
all those people over there.
pilgrims just every day walking with the sun.
Just all right, guys. Move
You
another
could
inch.
probably walk along with the sun if you
You
kept
could.
it up.
You could. There'd be a perfect shadow. I'm
It'd
sure.
probably be perfect.
You just move like, all right, like 2 or 3 feet to the left every day.
Shadow. You're getting some of the sun, but if you're direct, it's way too hot.
Or, wait, no, it wouldn't be every day because a day is 200. Wait,
Wait
Hold
a
on.
second.
wait.
You're just thinking
That's mind bending.
in terms of
In terms of like,
It just
Earth
doesn't
days.
spin.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
We would still have the same time concept though. There,
not necessarily.
really, even if
Probably not.
There would never be darkness. It'd be light for 224 Earth days.
our internal instincts wouldn't kick in, but
I'm sure you'd have a sense of some time, but
you would
Our
still
time-
go to
our
bed
time-
after like 15 hours, right? You'd be tired.
who
after.
knows?
yeah, but I'm saying it wouldn't be a 24-hour
Yeah, you'd probably get off your 24-hour arithmetic.
because the 24-hour here is based on our like sunlight.
True. I wonder what you fall into.
Have either of you guys seen that horror movie Apollo 17? That's supposed to be a space scary movie.
No.
Excuse me.
I haven't either, and I was hoping I had a little bit of insight because apparently,
Is it already out?
yeah, it came out. It's
I
a
remember seeing previews. For
it's a
it.
paranormal activity in space.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Essentially,
Like the
is what
concept.
it- no, it looks really dumb. I just wondered if it was any good. It looked like trash.
We watched one like that kind of had the same concept as that.
Horrible.
Terrible.
So bad.
You were here when we watched it.
Yeah, it was on Stars.
One with Ryan Reynolds for 10,
Oh,
10 seconds.
life.
Unbelievable preview.
Hold on.
Horrible movie.
I will say this: I did like the ending of the movie.
Where it was playing.
Yes, I did like
I liked the ending.
It had a good ending, but
That
everything
song.
else was shit.
No, like
Just in general, the ending.
yeah, like what happened was
That's actually a great call. I did like it.
yeah. I mean, they killed everybody way too fast and shit. But
Dude, people might watch this.
No, they don't.
You can
I
tell
wouldn't.
from the
actually,
trailer.
don't watch it.
yeah,
That's true. You can tell from
you
the
see
trailer.
everything in the trailer. Yeah, but
Yeah. If you guys were, would you rather be the last person to be on Earth? So you're the last person here. You get to tool around on Earth, see whatever you want, or get to go visit space.
Go visit space and come back.
Actually, I'm gonna change that. Last person on Earth, first person on Mars. What do you?
I don't want to be the last person on Earth.
So you'd rather risk it on Mars, the first person?
I think I'd rather be the last person.
I
don't really
think I might be the last person as well.
I
Because
see.
then you have everything that's kind of familiar to you, but it's a massive world out there that you can go see.
You could do a lot of stuff being the last person.
I'm going over to Europe.
How you getting there?
Take the planes.
Taking a plane, dude.
I'll learn how to fly.
You're not flying a plane. Shut, both of you, shut up. That is so ridiculous.
That would be tough across the ocean.
By then,
Yeah.
they could fly themselves.
True.
Loophole. I'm just saying, like,
I'll
the only
get
answer.
in a ship and I'll sail
YouTube
across the
videos-
ocean.
That's
still
more
exist.
realistic. Like driving a boat.
I couldn't sail across the fucking ocean. I'd die.
Whoa. That's
Oh,
I think that's more
figure it
likely than
out.
flying
It would
a
be an
plane.
intense trip.
Horrible.
It would take.
Oh my gosh.
The planning
Jeez.
alongside the actual trip would be so extensive because you're just figuring it out yourself.
Dude, you
To try and figure out how much fuel you're going to go through, bring how much food you're going to need, what won't spoil.
Just going on a sailboat.
you run into a storm. Like, you have to be in something durable. Yeah, like you have.
Would YouTube videos still exist at this point?
Honestly,
Yeah, I'm sure the internet still works. That's what I'm saying.
They just unplugged it?
with the internet.
That's what I'm saying. I probably could.
Up. No.
I would take test runs with smaller planes.
That's what I'm saying. I do a lot of test runs.
I go up about 10 feet.
I maybe even practice
and come down.
California to DC, and then I'm like, maybe I can actually do this.
Oh my god.
And then I send it across the ocean.
I'm so pissed right now. I'm so pissed. Literally, the more we talk about this, the more it makes me want to just go to Mars and not be the last person. Because you guys are just proving my point even more.
I'm like, at the very least, you could take a car and you could drive around the United States.
Yeah, right. No, but and that would be
a lot of cool shit.
That might be worth it in itself.
That's
I
what
agree.
I'm saying.
But now
You could go and stay in the nicest houses.
That's what I'm saying.
There's nobody around. Like everything's yours. Everything
Enjoy
that
the
exists
nicest
is yours.
pools.
You're not stealing from anybody.
Yeah.
Like
Chile has the largest pool in the world. I'd like to see it. There's sailboats in that thing.
hold on. So Alaska and Russia just do they
Dude,
touch at all?
Greenland.
they don't touch, but they're very
There used to
close
be an ice
Yeah.
bridge.
Okay, so think about that. Maybe
Yeah,
you could
there used to
like
be.
you could get up to Alaska somehow,
Dude.
and get.
I like that.
It's a shorter sail.
Yeah, and I mean you'd come into Asia, and then if you wanted to go to Europe. you'd have
Wait,
to
there's
figure
not
it out.
animals, are there? Did we specify that?
There's animals that we saw.
Oh no, I'd
That'd
say
be cool. But it would also
No.
be dangerous.
you said you're the last person
No,
on
I
Earth,
guess it's-
but animals probably
Probably.
still. I don't know. It's your call. You're
No,
making a
I'm just
fake
curious.
scenario.
I was curious what you guys were thinking with that, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a hard. I don't know.
yeah. Though the scary thing was, as the first person going to Mars, is you might not make it back.
Yeah.
It could be risky
Mm-hmm.
because that's their first trial of sending someone someplace and then having that person escape the orbit and get back.
You could Mark Watney that bitch.
I don't know what that's for.
That's I'm.
Martian.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not Johnny Damon. Matt Damon.
That's wrong, brother.
Bro. Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a while. I wouldn't mind watching that one again.
I read like majority of the book, was really into it, and haven't read it in like over a month or two.
It's a sad story.
I know. I still got like probably 100 pages left. 200 in.
Dang.
If you guys were here alone, and you gotta feed yourself, are you?
I'm just going down to Kroger.
Well, yeah, but everything's got a shelf life, pretty much. So
Not
you
Twinkies.
you have to find your own food. As far as if you want eggs,
It's a good point, dude.
you-
There would have to be animals because you wouldn't really survive.
Right.
You
Or
could
live off the
survive
land.
off canned food and shit.
Live off the land.
That's true, dude. There's probably enough canned
Some.
food to last you 10 years.
Yeah, but you don't really want to be eating canned food every single day forever.
There's a lot of different foods.
I'd start growing stuff.
There's a ton of shit that will last 10 or more years. That would suffice to.
I would be an avid farmer.
But what happens after? Yeah, no, same. Yeah,
I just
you have to live off.
go vegetarian.
After
I mean,
10
that's
years?
a thing.
Eat Twinkies until I die.
If there's no animals,
You're there for that long by yourself. I'm gonna die at that point.
Jonah done, bro.
Jay says I got a max 10, and then after that, it's just day by day.
I'm not gonna want to be there by myself after 10 years.
No, I
Yeah, I
get
agree.
that.
10
You're
years is
good.
a long time.
Especially if you don't have animals too. That would be
I'm
a
not-
rough 10 years.
I don't plan on being there 10 years. If I'm the last one.
You're going out doing something sweet. You got to go skiing or something in the Rockies and just die.
Gosh, helicopter up there,
No,
drive the helicopter.
Jump out of that
Jump out of
helicopter.
that bitch. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
running. Just whoop. Oh my gosh.
That'd be so crazy. Just the world is at your expense.
Seriously.
Doesn't matter. But bungee jump, I guess.
Nothing would get any
Then
better.
how do you
though.
get back up?
Like, think about it. Nothing would get. What'd you just say?
Did you just realize what I said?
Bungee jumping?
And then you'd be stuck, hanging by one leg.
You can skydive, just jump out of the moving
pull yourself
plane.
up.
And then just ditch the plane.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It's not
You
gonna
guys
kill
in the
anybody.
planes. Nobody's flying a plane, dude. Nobody in this room is
Hey,
gonna...
if YouTube exists, I can fly a plane.
I'm telling you, if I'm stuck there for 10 years, at some point along the way,
No.
I'm trying to fly a goddamn plane.
If I sit down for 6 months of studying, I got books on planes,
Dude,
I got anything on planes, I'm going to figure out how to fly one.
Sure, you could go to a academy, find an academy somewhere.
Dude.
Go and check this shit out.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Dayton. I'm not taking my odds on Hawaii or some shit like that. Like, I don't need to risk it on Hawaii.
That's a small.
Hold on.
I might panic.
what are you talking about? You're talking about going over the ocean. That's thousands of miles.
I know, but I got a big landing pad.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
You're tight.
I'm coming in hot.
It's like hundreds of miles wide, isn't it? Like,
I guess, but
Yeah, but there's volcanoes and shit, though.
oh,
I'm sure it's a pretty tight landing.
it's gonna be just as tight when you're flying over.
You're
Italy.
you're probably right.
Screw you.
No, it is.
No,
pretty
I'm not.
tight
I
over
think. But could you imagine going to Washington D.C.? Everybody's gone. You're just going through the White House. You're checking out, trying to find hidden bookshelves with secret doorways. Like,
Your Nick Cage is just coming out.
you have so much to do. You can go.
there. Steal the Declaration of Independence.
You can see if there is an invisible map. No, I'm just saying, it would be entertaining for a solid 5 years.
Oh,
At least.
That's so long.
But think about, once you could travel to Asia, you're traveling all of Asia. That would take a long time. I mean, to look at
It
stuff.
would get boring.
No, I
You'd
would.
get over it. You'd be so.
Especially
lonely,
just
you'd be
with
miserable.
nobody.
You could finally find out what's going on at Area 51.
Yeah.
Nobody exists.
Everybody's dead.
That might be
except the aliens.
I might, if I woke up and everybody's gone, I might pack a lunch, fill up my tank.
And we're at it.
I'm going to DC, and I'm finding everything I can on Area 51.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm going around the neighbor's house finding the nicest car.
True.
Okay, yeah.
I'm getting a
Grabbing that
nice
bitch.
whip. And I'm going to a nice deli shop, getting a free sandwich.
You know what? Yeah, I take back what I said.
Yeah, I don't
might
want a
stop
PB&J.
I'm getting, I might stop you a little filet mignon for the road.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Cook it up yourself.
Doesn't matter. Leftover meat's going to go bad soon.
True.
Wow. Well. Dang. All right. You guys got anything else we want to add before this? I don't know where we're at.
No, we're almost at 40. We're good.
I got some other stuff I had written down.
Sure.
Dave and I were talking about it. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all beaches in the world.
Wow.
What'd you hear the number was? Like 101?
Yeah, I read the same statistic, except it said there are 100 stars for every grain of sand on Earth.
Wow.
Which
is the sun.
It's just sun, yeah.
Did you say which is the sun? wait.
Each
I just
star is
said-
a sun.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is the
that's
sun.
what I thought you meant. That's what I was saying. Like,
Which kind of means they're
They're
very well as
planets
planets
around-
around
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's that many
If you're telling me there's not aliens,
in one of those.
Take a hike.
We're the only one in
take a hike.
every one of those.
that's just mind blowing. Like, what would that number even look like on paper? How many commas?
I don't know.
Hundreds of commas.
What is it? I'm expecting us to go find a planet, just dinosaurs chilling,
Oh gosh, I hope.
and they look exactly how we drew them up to be.
See, I bet you were pretty accurate.
Hmm?
I bet they're pretty accurate.
I'd like to think so. Bone structures.
It's hard. It's so hard to tell, though.
Yeah, who knows if they're just.
We actually talked a little bit about it on the last podcast about how we just don't know if we got
there was
it right.
there was a finding,
Dinosaurs.
You
Jay.
don't at all. Nobody knows.
There was a finding where the hummingbirds kind of silky skin they have that's kind of reflective. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sure,
A hummingbird that flies, just hummingbirds.
sure, yeah.
Never mind, doesn't really matter then. But that they think that a lot of dinosaurs had that kind of texture to their
Like
fur and
soft?
stuff. No, like like reflective and rainbow colored. Which is really interesting. But for another time, another place.
Yeah.
Yeah, grain of salt, grain of sand for every planet star. A lot of stars. Apparently, there is a star currently. Don't know the name of it. Don't know where and all that. But it's engulfing other stars. and it's
Oh yeah.
traveling around just eating things up, basically, which is wild.
Just sucking up other
Just
stars.
sucking up.
We haven't even touched on black holes.
And, oh yeah, we haven't talked at all about those.
Dude, those things eat stars.
Wow.
Like,
Where does it go?
Everything.
But where does it go?
Yeah,
Like,
apparently, you just get incinerated.
what are the best
Like-
projection
No,
guesses?
no, there's
Jet.
none.
I don't
We
think.
don't even have an educated guess on what happens
I
when
don't-
something gets sucked up by a black hole.
I don't think so because there's no like.
Then you would
there's
just
no
be
light.
incinerated
There's no
almost.
light, and
You
there's-
just almost wouldn't exist.
There's no light. They have no idea because they can't read. They can't get any numbers from looking
That's
at the black
true.
hole. There's like I don't know if it's no gravity and no light that like
Both, I think. There's no gravity, no light in this place.
they don't know because they can't get a single
Yeah, you
reading on
can't.
it.
Yeah. And are
Or
these
maybe they know
abundant?
there's, or maybe they know there's just a shit ton of gravity.
You might actually be
I think they
right.
just know there's shit.
Because it pulls stuff in.
pulls everything.
So it has to have a ton of gravity,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
no gravity.
Do we think they're like abundant? Do we know if there's a lot of them? If we should be worried? Is that something that could ultimately?
No, we're so far away
No,
from
I don't think
ever
we have
being-
any chance. Really.
being taken by a black hole.
Really?
Not when
I'm
you're
dying.
here. And not when your grandkids are here.
Maybe if you
or
travel
their
20 years forward.
Because, like, you gotta think of it in, like, cosmic time, which is, like, 30,000 years is, like, a second. Less than.
The old cosmic time.
So shit happening fast, like, doesn't happen in our lifetime. Because it's such a small chunk.
Yeah.
Is that what, or what happens in Interstellar? Where is he? He's in a
He goes in a
wormhole.
black
He
hole.
falls
He
into
goes
a
In a
black
black
hole.
hole, right? Okay, that's what.
And then
So I guess
that's
that could be like a guess. You fall into the next dimension.
maybe that's a projection. I'm pretty sure that movie is allegedly pretty accurate for what
with the
kind
science.
of. Yep, with the science, and
I think it is too.
I think they literally bring on a guy to help with everything with that. Purely just an astrophysicist that says this is what actually was what happening.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big world out there.
Massive.
Do you think we'll ever scavenge through all of it?
Never. Never.
It's like 14 trillion years old. Or billion. 14 billion. Trillion. I don't know.
Wait, are
Trillion
we
sounds
talking?
more
We're talking
accurate.
just the Earth, right?
Since the bang.
No, the universe.
Oh. I don't think we'll ever.
That's as far as we can see. Like, it's still growing, so we might see
That's
more.
what I'm saying.
Dude, I don't know if we'll ever reach every square inch on Earth though. Like
No,
itself, Earth itself. I don't know if we'll ever every ocean, every continent, every square inch. I don't know if we will.
No, we won't with the ocean.
Yeah, the ocean's a scary place.
It's like still like 90% like undiscovered, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They think it's 90. Yeah, even more than that. They
90,
think
like 7 or 8% undiscovered.
which is just so.
Which doesn't make
ridiculous.
sense to me. I don't believe that statistic.
Like, that's so massive.
That's way
It's
too
just
big.
it's so deep. It's just so deep.
Well. All right. Well, that was space, and we'll see you next Monday.
Yeah. See ya. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.